The Iron Golem fight is a very important part of every Dark Souls speedrun route. Sitting at the top of Sen's Fortress and guarding the way to Honor Londo, speedrunners need to master this fight to reach Ornstein and Smo both more often and at a good pace. There are multiple ways of clearing this fight, be it actually depleting Iron Golem's entire health bar, or knocking him off the bridge, an actual intended way of progressing. Nowadays, it is very unlikely that depleting the entire health bar would be faster, except for niche cases such as the NG plus all bosses speedrun category. So speedrunners resort to intelligent ways of knocking him off the bridge. The way this works is a mechanic exclusive to this boss. By dealing 400 damage below Iron Golem's knees, a shared health pool between the legs can be depleted, and the boss will assume this staggered state. Dealing additional 200 damage to any of the legs will result in Iron Golem falling on his butt, and with precise positioning, it is possible to make him fall off the bridge. The damage requirement for this strategy wasn't that big of a concern in the past, when speedrunners would gather levels and weapon upgrades before facing Iron Golem. However, with the evolution of the speedrun, especially with the discovery of Sen's Gate Skip and the acquisition of the Red Tearstone Ring via equip slot manipulation, the fight became more complex. A common version of this fight uses a move swap Drake Sword without Red Tearstone Ring, used in all bosses and any percent routes, and it gives a lot of runners a headache, due to its precise nature. In this video, I'll attempt to give tips and point out common mistakes the newer runners make during this fight, so without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing to understand about this fight is that rotating Golem properly is really important, and makes it easier to recover from sometimes unwanted RNG that you might get. Making full use of that idea, the pathing towards the first running attack is important. Going further to the right before approaching Iron Golem makes it so he turns more, compared to going straight to the leg. The first running attack should be aimed in such a way that it makes the character slide past Iron Golem's heel and end up behind him. With this strategy, missing one part of the running attack is still okay, as it takes 7 hits for Golem to stagger. The second running attack is probably the simplest one. The third running attack is where a lot of the problem in this fight arises. This is where all the timing and positioning culminates, and there can be a bit of RNG as well. The running attack is performed after the specific attack Golem does, and what matters the most is where your character ends up at the end of your attack. Being too far left can result in either the wrong attack or Golem not being rotated enough to fall. Being too far right will probably result in the wrong attack. This is by far the hardest part of this fight. While having trouble with this part, I found a strat that I find way simpler, which consists in positioning yourself and doing a Backstab Attack instead, which has the same double hit as the running attack. After that, stand still to bait the slam attack and go below Golem's legs, and perform the last running attack to stagger him. Now staggered, 2 more running attacks will knock him down. Now let's talk a bit about other categories. Any percent runners have an extremely cozy Black Knight Greatsword +5 fight that consists of a 2-handed running attack to stagger Golem and 1 R1 attack to knock him down. In any percent no wrong warp, a war pick +5 is used with the Red Tearstone Ring, and it's a very different fight than the Drake Sword. Starting with a running attack, we can do an R2 right after on the same leg. Afterwards, we camp Golem's left leg while spamming R2 to hit the right leg once again, staggering Golem. After stagger, an R1 into a running attack with 1 stamina bar knocks him out for a clean and satisfying fight. The Soul Level 1 categories enjoy a nice and cozy move swapped Battle Axe +5 with Red Tearstone Ring fight, provided you hit everything, since it deals the exact damage necessary for our setup. So to end this video, let's recap on tips for the Drake Sword no Red Tier Stone Ring fight. Approach him more from the right so he rotates more and it's easier to slide through his heel. Try not to be too far left or too far right after the end of your third running attack. Alternatively, you can do a Backstab Attack, which I personally find easier. Stand still to bait the slam attack and go through his legs to perform the last running attack to stagger him. I hope this video helps clear out some questions about the fight, but if anything is unclear, please let me know in the comments. This format I'm trying is different from the last How Do Speedrunner Fight video, but I do hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you'd like to watch my Dark Souls runs and support them, you can do so on Twitch, where I stream on most days. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.